Well, it's been a while since I've used this camera to talk, and it's going to be a while more before I use this camera again. So I thought I'd give a heads-up prediction on what I think is going to happen in the world of college football. You know, I'm a Texas fan. I like Florida State. I don't like the Gators. Don't like Oklahoma. I'll get to Oklahoma in a second. They are a big part of this video. But as you can see what I got on right now, Georgia. Why does GNS wear Georgia? He doesn't even like Georgia. He doesn't care for Georgia. Well, a few reasons. First one, my brother's a big Georgia fan. And I told him, Georgia's going to go undefeated. They're going to win the SEC championship. I'm already spoiling what I'm going to talk about. Whoops. But I really think Georgia is going to beat the rest of their schedule. They're going to start with the Gators. Georgia Tech is the rivalry game. They're going to beat whoever they play in the SEC title game. Let's assume it's Alabama. They're going to crush Alabama. Look, you can say whatever you want. Alabama keeps finding ways to win. They keep finding ways to almost lose. Giving up big plays to Tennessee, losing to Texas A&M like that. You know, A&M was coming off 2 losses. That's disgraceful. You know, you're probably going to have a hard game with Auburn. Georgia didn't have a hard game with Auburn. Georgia, on the other hand, has not had a hard game yet at all. I do think the Florida game will be challenging just because it's Georgia-Florida, and it's in Florida, and because Florida seems to have Georgia's number more than any other team. But this year it's different, you know. Look how Georgia's beating everybody. Yeah, I know Clemson sucks, but they kind of ended that season in the first game. Held them to a field goal, 0 touchdowns, you know. I think it's going to be between Georgia and on the other side, you got Oklahoma that keeps winning close games. They're undefeated. They beat their rival Texas. I didn't pick them to do that. But then they got Caleb Williams starting at quarterback. That surprised me. I thought Spencer Rattler would be the guy, but he's not. So now you have Oklahoma. I think they're going to win out. They'll beat Oklahoma State. They'll win the Big 12. They'll win their first playoff game in forever. They've never won a playoff game, and they'll make it to the championship to go head-to-head with Georgia. As far as my prediction goes, you know, they're both really good football teams. Both got good defenses. The problem is an okay defense is not going to compete with a championship defense like Georgia's. And even though Oklahoma's offense is very explosive, there are times where they're inconsistent and they don't look that great. On the other hand, you got Georgia like a well-oiled machine. They run the football really well. They pass the ball really well. With a backup quarterback, by the way. JT Daniels is coming back soon, by the way. And Georgia's defense, I mean, it's just phenomenal. So dominant. They finally gave up 2 touchdowns to Kentucky. Whip-de-doo. Kentucky's actually a pretty good team this year. But as far as who I think will win the national championship, you see it, it's on my shirt. And I'm not even a Georgia fan. I think they win out. They will beat Oklahoma. You know, as far as my Final Four, I'll give that at a later date. You know, I don't want to spoil too much. But as far as this year goes, I've been pretty accurate with my predictions. And you're going to see again next Saturday when Michigan loses to Michigan State. And Penn State will beat Ohio State, despite coming off 2 losses. I'm not changing my prediction with that. Go Dogs.